I am all for kindness, and I am all for avoiding violence. But your feelings.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to the show. We have got a great one planned today, but before we get going, we do need to thank today's sponsor. It is at TamTamVirture5433. Thank you very much, TamTam, for sponsoring today's episode and for your unyielding support and putting out good vibes out in the universe for this channel to grow and to succeed. So thank you again, and I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day today. All right, well, let's get on with the rest of the show. Let's do it. News and nuts. News and nuts. Hey, it's news and nuts. President Trump addressed the UN today, but it was not without a little bit of drama. You see, President Trump and the First Lady, as they were approaching, actually, they got on the escalator and started to go up, and all of a sudden, for no reason, it stopped, which was kind of weird. But then, on top of that, President Trump, when he was talking to everybody, when he was addressing all of the nations, his teleprompter went out. Come on now, I think something fishy is going on here. Maybe someone's trying to troll President Trump. Check it out.
The teleprompter is not working. I can only say that whoever's operating this teleprompter is in big trouble. All I got from the United Nations was an escalator that on the way up stopped right in the middle. If the First Lady wasn't in great shape, she would have fallen. But she's in great shape. We're both in good shape. We both stood. And then a teleprompter that didn't work. It's time to end the failed experiment of open borders. You have to end it now. See, I can tell you. I'm really good at this stuff. Your countries are going to hell. The UN official stated in 1989 that within a decade, entire nations could be wiped off the map by global warming. Not happening. It's the greatest con job ever perpetrated on the world. And I'm really good at predicting things, you know? They actually said during the campaign, they had a hat. The best-selling hat. Trump was right about everything. And I don't say that in a braggadocious way, but it's true. I've been right about everything.
So as we just saw, President Trump and the First Lady, as they approached the escalator, it stopped. They barely got onto it. And here's the interesting thing. The Times reported on Sunday that something like this might happen. Let's check it out. If someone at the UN intentionally stopped the escalator as the President and First Lady were stepping on, they need to be fired and investigated immediately. The Times reported this on Sunday. And then the Post says, to mark Trump's arrival, UN staff members have joked that they may turn off the escalators and elevators to simply tell him they ran out of money, so he has to walk up the stairs. Wow, this is so petty. I can't believe we've actually come to this point where people at the UN are trying to troll the President of the United States. That's just sad. When the UN gathers, there's always that threat that needs to be assessed for a potential bomb that might be found on the premises and put people in danger. Well, today there was a bomb, and it was a truth bomb delivered by President Trump. And man, he went savage on the leaders of the world and spoke to them like no other U.S. president has spoken before. And I say it's about time. Take a look.
It's time to end the failed experiment of open borders. You have to end it now. See, I can tell you. I'm really good at this stuff. Your countries are going to hell. The UN is supposed to stop invasions, not create them and not finance them. Now, as if to encourage continued conflict, some of this body is seeking to unilaterally recognize a Palestinian state. The rewards would be too great for Hamas terrorists for their atrocities.
Kind of breaking news, Ryan Ruth was found guilty for the attempted assassination of President Trump. And this is the crazy part, literally. Apparently, as the verdict was being read, Ruth stabbed himself in the neck with a pen, or at least that's what it seemed like to the people that were covering the trial. Yeah, and these people are totally mentally sane. Check it out.
It's quite shocking. As the verdict was read, it appeared to our producers inside the courtroom that Ruth tried to stab himself in the neck with a pen. That's what it appeared to look like. Then 4 marshals dragged him out of the courtroom, took his coat off. They then shackled him at the waist and ankles, and then they brought him back into the courtroom. So again, this just in from our producers, as the verdict was being read, Ruth tried to hurt himself in the neck with a pen.
All right, my friends, that's it for the news. Now on to the nuts. This next clip shows Maxine Water in the background standing behind Pelosi as she's talking, and it really doesn't matter what Pelosi's rambling on about, but look at Maxine Waters. I don't know if she's having a stroke or if this is like Weekend at Bernie's. I don't know what's going on, but it's kind of unnerving. Check it out.
Injustice, and again, the food security issue. He's been spelling that out the whole time. I want you to know that we in the Congress...
This next video is truly nuts. It's a really awesome takedown of a criminal, and this is the way it should be. It's pretty awesome. Check it out. All right, my friends, it is time. We have arrived at the liberal pool of madness, so you know what that means. Sit back, relax, and buckle up. We're about to enter the lib zone.
I'm checking out of Dollar General, and the person that is the checker is trans, and she's incredibly sweet. I see her in here all the time, and as I'm checking out, I said, "Thank you so much." She said, "Thank you too," and she said, "Be safe out there." And I said, "You too." And she said, "I'm trying." Is this what you guys want? Is this it? You want people to feel like they shouldn't exist? That they should not feel safe? Just living their own life the way that they are? Charlie thought she shouldn't exist. The person, a human being, had to say, "I'm trying." This is not the world any of us deserve. This is not the world Jesus would have wanted. This is insanity.
Yes, it is insanity, my dear, that there are a lot of people in this country that want us to lie to them and promote and accept their delusions. And I can guarantee you that Jesus would not lie to that person. He would not use pronouns. He would address that man as a man. And that's the end of the story. Period.
Well, just got fired because of this. Free speech isn't free, guys. It's only free if you're a MAGA racist Nazi. But I'll lose a job any day for standing up for what I believe in. F*** 'em.
I am Antifa. And last I checked, that just means I'm against fascism. Are you?
So is this like the counter movement of people saying, "I am Charlie Kirk"? These liberals are saying, "I am Antifa." Well, go ahead and keep saying that, because then it's going to be a lot easier for the federal government and the DOJ to come pick you up and put you to jail, because you're admitting that you are now part of a terrorist group. So you're just effing yourself, my dear. Sorry. Not really, but keep doing it.
The more you f*** around, the more you're going to find out.
I'm beginning to think one of two things has to be happening here. Number one, either I'm in hell, or I'm in some type of psychosis, or I'm in some type of alternate reality that is designed to be my own personal hell, or again, like, I'm in psychosis and none of this is real. Or the second option is that I'm witnessing a mass psychosis. Because what the are these people saying? Like, we've lost the plot so bad. Like, genuinely so bad. And it's like, I'm beginning to think, like, how far will these people go? Because you guys fail to realize, like, we have 3 more years of this. More than that. Like, almost 3.5. Like, it hasn't even been a full year yet. And think about the shit that has already happened. Think about it. It's like, how far will they go? Genuinely, I'm confused. And then, like, the people who, like, and it's like, every time I see one of those ass videos where someone is like, how do you feel about Joe Biden doing this or so-and-so doing this? And then they're like, oh, sorry, I meant Trump. And they completely switch up. What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? I cannot believe any of it. And it's like, am I the one that's going crazy? Like, am I the one? Like, I don't know. And it's like, Florida just made open carry. They're making open carry legal. Like, I'm so, like, what, like, I just need to relax, because it's like, every time I think about the political state of our world right now, or of America, like, I'm almost brought to tears every single time.
Lean K says, I am a woman, and if it got rid of those Looney Tunes, I would give up the right to vote. So the question was kind of asked at the beginning of all these comments was, should the 19th Amendment be abolished? So that's what some of these comments are referring to. Okay, so let's check out the next one. Robbie the Robot says, the eyes. It's always the eyes. And that's totally true. I don't know. It's a weird phenomenon, but I think it's pretty factual. Abolish the 19th says, women are leading the world towards destruction and weak men are letting them. 1 vote per married household would solve a lot of problems. Well, whatever reality you think you're living in, the truth is you are here. And we're just at the beginning of President Trump's last run as president. But then we've got 8 more years of Mr. J.D. Vance as president, and it's going to be pretty awesome. So I'm sorry, lady. You're going to have a tough next several years. The Red X says, yes, you're experiencing psychosis. Case closed.
I was talking to my husband today about everything that's happening in this administration. And he's telling me, you got to get off TikTok. You got to stop watching all those videos. It's, ruining your peace of mind. And I said, well, it's got to be different for you because you're a man and nothing about you is coming under threat. They've already taken away a woman's right to choose whether or not to carry a baby or not, which should not be the business of anybody else but the mother. And taking away that, and then these extreme pastors who probably have little tiny, we're like, women shouldn't be allowed to vote. We need to keep them in the kitchen. Because if we can't win a woman over with our personalities and our wit, well, we're just going to force them. We're going to lower the age of consent so that we can manipulate little girls and talk them into marrying us, and we can make them spit out a bunch of babies, and then we'll just have a nice little servant for the rest of our lives. So I was telling my husband, maybe it's because nothing you do in your life is coming under threat. And this whole thing about Ghislaine Maxwell being taken to a minimum security prison and now having work release, what the f***? She is a convicted child sex trafficker. Come on, guys. What the f***?
You act like you have a very immature, unintelligent, and uneducated perspective of the world, that all that matters is you and your feelings. And you know what? I am all for kindness, and I am all for avoiding violence. But your feelings, really. When you demonstrate that you don't care about anybody else's feelings, you lose the privilege of having yours cared for.
Who leads on the economy? Republicans by 7. Immigration, Republicans by 13. How about crime, a big issue for Donald Trump and the Republicans? Look at that, lead by 22 points. So the bottom line is this: at this particular point, the ball may be on the ground, but the Democrats have not picked up the ball and running with it. If anything, at this particular point, it's the Republicans who are running with the ball on the top issues, the economy, immigration, and crime. What are you doing, Democrats? My goodness gracious. So whatever Democrats are doing, it ain't working.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
What unites the left wing? What makes the left wing come together in community? Because with the right wing, it's obviously Christianity and their collective commitment and love for Jesus, and also nationalism. They are nationalists. They, America, flag, nationalism. Where for me personally, when I think of national, I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
And that's one of the problems.
So we don't have a unifying glue in the left wing that binds us together.
I think you do.
What is it? What brings us together? What do you think?
Well, I think at the core, it's hatred and, I hate to say it, but nihilism. These people want the world to burn. And half of them don't even know the reason why they want that to happen. It's because they're plugged into that hive mind that is absolutely destroying their view of reality. The world that we all live in, they don't see it that way. So let's see what some other people have to say, or some other thoughts that are out there. For those who think the Democrat Party has no leader, they do. Man, that is, I think that's actually pretty true. You know, if the Republicans are more Christian-based and the left, they oppose pretty much everything on the right, then where does that leave them? I think we all know. Kyle Becker says, hate? Hate for Donald Trump, hate for America, hate for patriotism, hate for Christians, hate for the truth, hate for those who disagree, hate for freedom. That is a lot of hate rolling through that party, my friends. And then he says, shall I go on? Because let me tell you, he could if he wanted to. Now where do I go? This is funny because this is totally the truth. The Democrats have completely painted themselves into a corner because of hate. Their party is just filled with such darkness and gloom. No happiness, no joy. It's really pretty sad. And most of them, they don't see it because they think they're the good guys and we're the bad guys. So what are you supposed to do? Nav Bardo says, Satanism, you dumb sheep. I guess. Sadly, yes.
Night! I told you last night, get the out! You're sticking on my whole restaurant. Get out! Hurry up! Hurry up! Don't come back here, bitch. I'm here all day. Don't come back, you smelly. Bitch, go! You want it, bitch? I'll give it to you.
So there are a lot of comments attached to the clip we just saw. And a lot of people were saying, oh, the restaurant owner was way too mean and way too harsh and, should have given the homeless lady a meal or so. I don't know. Look, this lady runs a business. So I think she's totally within her right to make sure that the business is accessible to anybody that wants to go in and not have to walk by some vagrant, stinky bum sleeping camped out right in front of the door. Nobody wants to experience that. So I think she's in the right. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. can't tell you how many times I listened to that clip and I have no idea what that guy was saying. It sounded like Tom Homan needs to go, but there is no Tom Homan. But then it also sounded like Micro Homo needs to go, but that doesn't make any sense. If you can tell exactly what he's saying, please let me know. You know, my hearing is starting to go as I'm getting older. So I would appreciate a little bit of insight, clarification with that young gentleman there. And whatever he was saying, I don't know. So we do actually have a few memes, and it is related to what we just saw, that young man screaming in the bullhorn, whatever you're saying. But let's check it out. This BS started because of this BS, thanks to this a-hole. That's funny. Totally accurate, I think. Leftists, when a dentist tells them that their teeth should be white and straight. Oh no, that. Subject is a male human. Excuse me, but I identify as a female? Correction. Subject is a retarded male human. That's funny.
Everything should be fair. Should we roll slavery back on white people at this time to truly make everything fair?
No, because were you enslaved?
My ancestors enslaved people.
Okay, but did you enslave people?
No, but I benefit.
Okay, were you a slave? No. I never enslaved people. You were never a slave. You were never a slave. You were never a slave. Do you know me?
I don't, but you're a villain.
But I'm...
Marty Steinfeld says, shut the F up about slavery. No one alive in the U.S. was a slave. No one alive in the U.S. owned slaves. You can't guilt me into making me feel sorry for it, and I'm not apologizing. That's right. We should not have any white guilt. That's right. 0 white guilt. Pick up this authentic Idle Hands merch today. Sorry for the shameless plug, but I had to do it. I'm going for a degree in chemistry. I'm going to study business. I'm going to be a doctor. I'm really into rocket science. I'll be studying law. Now, this is before they get into higher education, and then when they come out, dead cops now, no free speech, take out Whitey, kill Trump. That's funny, but so totally accurate. Orison Squirrel says, a 300-year-old virus. That's an interesting way of looking at it, but yeah, I think that's on point. The Surreal D2 says, this guilt culture will tear us apart. It's time for Dave's Detox.
They love you.
Yeah, it looks like they're taste testing you.
How did she get so dirty that she
Oh gosh.
to the couch?
Using the cat to scratch his back. That's funny. Oh man. Come on, poor dog. Oh wow. Oh hey buddy.
Watch the puddle.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh. I didn't realize they were that big. Oh, that would be terrifying. Look at those teeth. Ugh. Hey, buddy. Just chilling with the chicks. That's funny. Oh. Those cats are huge. I would never have a cat that big. Aw, nice reunion.
Can you show me your booty?
Nice. Aw.
You're not coming in. I'll grab your little toesy. You'll grab them. You're deadly.
Yeah, the Hoover takes out some hair. Real Milo.
All right, everybody, that is it for today. It is a wrap, and I hope you enjoyed it. And thank you for all those that subscribed and to all those that hit that thumbs up. it really does make a difference with the likes, because YouTube is kind of jacked up right now, and likes and comments will help make this channel succeed, and I want it to succeed as well. All right, and hey, listen, if you shared the video, that's totally fantastic as well. All right, until the next episode, stay safe, know that you are loved and appreciated, and until we meet again, have a great day.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear.